Hey guys, I got a couple more American-made products for my ongoing video series called Made in America. And as you can see, I got a Leatherman pocket knife made in Portland, Oregon, and another Buck made in Idaho. So one of the reasons why I bought this knife is because, well, for one, it's a Leatherman made in Portland, Oregon, and that it's a pocket knife. You know, they don't normally make pocket knives. They normally make multi-tools. This is what they're famous for. This is their bread and butter. So to see a pocket knife made by these guys, it just really caught my eye, and I was like, well, you know what, I got to get that. That's just cool. And then another reason was that right there. It's only $17.99. You know, you can find $20 cheap Chinese crap all day long for 20 bucks. But how many $17.99 American-made knives can you find that are made in Portland, Oregon? Big shout out to people from Portland, Oregon, by the way. I spent many summers up there in Westland, Oregon as a kid, on the river, fishing, hiking, out in the mountains and the woods. Anyway, yeah, so they're known for these. And by the way, I did a full review on the Leatherman WAVE. This is an awesome multi-tool, by the way. I think this is actually better than the Leatherman Charge that's made out of titanium. And I like this one because it has blades that you can access without even opening the tool. So that's pretty cool. If you want to see a full review on this one, you know, look for it on my channel. Normally you have to open up the tool and then get the knife out. This one, you just go straight to the knife. And it locks too. Anyway, love Leatherman, and I'm glad that they're making dedicated knives now, made in America. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at this one. So this is the Leatherman Crater C33 pocket knife. As you can see, it's just a simple little pocket knife. It's lightweight at only 2.36 ounces. Very, very lightweight. Really compact. Like I said, it's just a general purpose pocket knife. It's not tactical. It's not survival. It's not a multi-tool. It's just a little cheap little pocket knife. Made in America though. Cheap meaning inexpensive, not cheaply made. I think this is a high quality knife for the price. The blade length is only 2.6 inches, so it's very short. Legal in most states. I think most states to carry a pocket knife is like 3 inches or less. So that's pretty nice. 420 high carbon stainless steel, which is the same steel that Buck uses, and we all know that that's a decent blade steel. Doesn't really hold an edge forever like, you know, the premium steels, S30V and all those, you know, high-end stuff. But it's easy to resharpen. You know, it only takes 60 seconds to get an edge back on it, and you're good to go. It's got a spear point design. Very good for piercing. It's got a high hollow grind, non-sharpened swedge. Got that matte finish. Pretty cool. It says Leatherman on there. It doesn't say anything else though. It doesn't say USA or it doesn't say 420 HC. Just Leatherman on there. So pretty nice. It only has a single thumb stud on there, so it's only for right-handed people. And that sucker really flies out quick too. So that could be a deal breaker for your lefties. Sorry, this is probably not going to be a left-hander's knife, but for you righties, great value. That thing really flies out quick too. That's cool. Kind of unexpected for such a cheap knife. It's got oversized phosphorus bronze washers, which I've talked about before in other knives, which is surprising again for a $20 knife or less than $20 knife. That's kind of odd. Usually those are wafer thin to save money. Those suckers are huge. Very cool. Go America. The pivot pin is a Torx head adjustable pivot pin, which is nice. Again, less than 20 bucks, you have an adjustable pin. Pocket clip is stainless steel. Now here's the downside, big time downside for some people. Again, it's only $17.99, so don't be too hard on it. But the pocket clip is only tip down carry, which I don't like. I like to carry tip up. And it's only for right-handers, nothing for the lefties here. So that could be a deal breaker right there. But again, keep in mind it's only $17.99 made in America. So something to think about. The handles are glass reinforced nylon, basically plastic, kind of slick, not a lot of texturing there. They save a lot of money by using this material. It's got a single liner in the back, open pillar construction. There's actually no pillars in here, just a pivot pin and a pivot pin. That's it. So easy to clean out. On the back here, you have an integrated carabiner, which also acts as a bottle opener, and it has a spring-loaded gate. So that's kind of nice. You can hang this on your belt loop or on your clothing or on your backpack or anywhere in the campsite. Kind of cool. Just have it hanging there ready to go. Something to be aware of though, the blade does not lock. So if you overpower that detent, the detent's pretty decent. I mean, it's not going to just pop open. I mean, you can shake the crap out of this thing and it's not going to pop open. But if you did overcome that detent, be careful when you're grabbing for this thing because it could be open. You can cut yourself. It does not lock. I think the Kershaw Function has a carabiner like this, and I think that one actually locks the blade out. I don't know for sure. So it's something to be aware of. Oh, here's a little tip too if you do buy this knife. When I first got this, I could not close the blade. I was like, damn it, how do you close this thing? There's no buttons, there's no levers. What the heck? What's going on here? You got to push down and back. So, just a little tip. Alright, so that is the Leatherman Crater C33 pocket knife. Let's go and take a look at the Buck now. Alright, so this is the Buck Alpha Crosslock, as you can see right there. Made in America. And this one does say it's made in the US of US and import parts. But the heart of the knife is made in the United States. So that's good enough for this video for me. Alright, so as you can see, that's the standard nylon Buck holster. Not much to talk about there. Look at that. That is an interesting knife. Some may think it's cool and some may think it's really ugly. But it's a dual blade knife, and this is a knife that I had never really seen before. I've read that there are older versions of this knife that didn't have holes and it came in different colors. I'd never seen them before. And one of the reasons why is because this is a hunter's knife. Most average Joes are not going to even look at this knife because it's not an EDC knife at all. There's no pocket clip on it to EDC this knife. It's not even designed to be an EDC knife. It is a hunter's tool. It's got two blades which are for gutting and field dressing an animal. You've got a saw for cutting through bone and tendon and other difficult things to cut through. It's got a gut hook for ripping the belly open, getting through the skin. And then on this side here, you've got a plain edge for piercing and cutting. So yeah, this is definitely not an EDC knife. You're not going to normally see this knife. I just thought it was cool. Do I need it? No, absolutely not. I just thought it was cool because I'd never seen one. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the specs on this thing. The blade is typical Buck 420 high carbon stainless steel. Really high polish finish on there. Satin polish finish. I like that. You can tell just by looking at how the light reflects off the blade that it's a hollow grind. It's got a really high hollow grind actually. And here's what I like about the Buck knives. On the blade, it's stamped Buck USA. So that's really cool. I like that. I have no idea what parts are import, probably some of the smaller stuff. I have no idea. Maybe the pins, who knows. I don't care. As long as the blade says USA, I'm happy. And this is a cool looking blade. It just kind of looks cool, even if you're not a hunter. And then you got the liner lock there, is how the locking system works. It's a flipper, by the way, if you haven't noticed. These little tabs sticking out, those are flippers. And there's a saw. Ridiculously sharp saw. I'm sure you can saw through wood with this too if you had to. Very cool. The handles are T6 6061 anodized aluminum. Like I said, they do come in different colors. This one's high vis orange, so if you drop it in the forest on a big pile of leaves or something like that, or in the dirt, it'll stick out like a sore thumb. You're like, oh, there's my knife. I was reading a review from a hunter that said he dropped his original model one that was not high vis orange and he lost it. And he had missed it ever since. And then when he found out that they were making this model, a newer version with the holes and high vis, he bought it right away. And he doesn't regret it. So that's a big thumbs up for a knife like this if a hunter says that. Very large, oversized pivot pin, adjustable pivot pin, Torx head adjustable, like that. It's got a single thumb stud, by the way, I forgot to mention that. And it's for right hand only. So only a right-hander can open up these thumb studs. So that's a downside for you lefties. Does not have a pocket clip. You have to carry it in a holster. So that kind of sucks too. Again, this is not designed to be EDC carry. This is for a hunter. Now, a lot of guys have been carrying the Buck 110s in a holster for years. So some people are comfortable with that, some people don't like that. So that could be a big downside. It does have open pillar construction. There's no pillars in the middle, no spacers in the middle, so it should be relatively easy to clean. It has these huge stainless steel spacers in the back and 2 pins. These are riveted in, so you can't remove them. That's another downside, I would say. If you want to disassemble the entire knife to clean it, maybe get some of that deer guts out of here and blood out of here, you might want to take it apart. Well, you can't do it with this one, so I don't know. That might be a negative in some people's book. It does have a lanyard hole there, so you don't lose it if you're in a rough environment or maybe a water environment. This one retails for about $70, so it is a bit pricey. But you know what? It is a buck, and it is made in America. And it does have the forever warranty, so that's kind of cool. I mean, I don't need it, but it's just kind of cool to have in the collection. You got a saw, and you got a cool spear point blade, and it's a buck, made in America. That's just cool. And then the Leatherman Crater C33 pocket knife, made in America, and it's only $17.99. Go out and get it. Alright guys, that's a look at my American made knives. Stay safe.